This, like I said, this is our last meeting today, but I'm very happy to see you. I'm sad that we're not together, but the problem was when we were planning this, it was a very bad moment in Friuli, Venezia Giulia because of the COVID situation. And so we thought it was better to be prudent for now and perhaps see each other in person in the new year. Okay. So, but I'm happy to see you here anyway. Thank you for coming. I want to share first two books. You know, I work in a library, as you can see behind me. I'm surrounded by books. So I wanted to share my favorite book. It's an older book for the holidays, but it's called Holidays on Ice. And it's by a writer called David Sedaris. And it's very, very funny. So I love him because he's a comedy writer. In fact, he has another book called The Santa Land Diaries, and you can tell he likes to make you laugh. There's, you know, Santa Claus in the bathroom. Because in this book, it is the stories that David Sedaris wrote when he was working in a big, big, big department store called Macy's in America, like a big giant, one of those big distribution stores in America that you see in the films. And he was one of Santa Claus's elves. He's a small man. And so in this book, he tells the story of what it was like for him to work in Santa's village during Christmas time in America. It's an older book, but it is so funny. I take this book out every year and I read something from it just to laugh a little bit. Okay, so the two are Holidays on Ice and Santa Land Diaries. Okay, now I would like to share my screen with you, but first I'll give you a little introduction for today. I was thinking when I was thinking about what to talk to you about today, I was thinking, gosh, it's December again. And I always think that December will feel like Christmas and we have a whole month of preparations and in the end, December is very stressful for many of us, isn't it? Because we are making plans. We're trying to finish things. It's the end of the fiscal year. We're trying to get our, tax things in order if we work in an office. We're trying to finish the last minute work. And then we have the problem of buying presents for people, trying to get prepared for Christmas and deciding where is Christmas, whose house, what are we going to eat, who's coming, who do I have to buy presents for? Oh gosh, the cousins are coming. I don't even know them. What am I supposed to, So there's a lot of pressure that comes with December. There are, of course, good things, but I always feel like the best part of December is like December 24th until the end of the year. But the weeks leading up to Christmas, I find very hectic, which means very busy and a little crazy. I don't know if that's your perception. So what I started to think about when I was preparing your lesson was what else is happening in December? We talk a lot about Christmas, but Christmas is basically 3 days of celebrations, right? The 24th, the 25th, and let's say 26th, if you also celebrate the day after Christmas. But there's a lot of time before that. What else is going on? So that's what our lesson is about today. I want to talk about the Christmas season, but I also want to talk about some other holidays that are happening in December too. So I'm going to share my screen with you now. Here is our lesson. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, okay, you see my... Okay, and so what do I have? I was thinking about that song, It's December. That song, It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas. You know that song? Well, I was like, it's beginning to look a lot like December, right? Thanksgiving is behind us. Thanksgiving was at the end of November. And then that Thursday, the fourth Thursday of November was Thanksgiving with the turkey and everything. And then the next day is Black Friday. So I was thinking about, what is Black Friday? Like, we talk about Black Friday in Italy. What is it? So I went to do some research on that. And then just to think about what else is going on in December. So here's our lesson for today. Of course, we always start with a playlist that you can go to on Spotify. It's a free playlist, but it's called Wintry Holiday Playlist. It's not a Christmas playlist. It's a holiday one. So you can also listen to music from other holidays besides just Christmas, okay? We're going to talk about the dates for Hanukkah, for Kwanzaa, and Christmas, okay? And you may be wondering, what is Kwanzaa? Or maybe you've heard of Hanukkah, but don't know that much about it. So we're going to talk a little bit about those dates today. We're going to do a little writing if you want to, or I think we'll probably just do a little brainstorm, okay? But of course, these lessons are also meant to be done if you want to continue them at home. When I can send you the package. I always say that, but I haven't done it yet, but I will, to give you the whole package of lessons. And then you can actually do the writing at home, okay? We're going to do some quotes about the holidays, talk about what's Black Friday. What to do this weekend is a video that I put in there of my hometown and what they were doing over the weekend when I started preparing this lesson. Some strange holiday traditions, and then we'll talk more specifically about Kwanzaa and Hanukkah, and then other holidays in December. So that's what I've got for you today. So we can start scrolling. So this week's playlist, it's called the Wintry Holiday Playlist. And if I just click on here, oh, it won't do it from here. Oh, come on. Anyway, I can get to it later. But it has, if you can see, it's very small, but it says songs from Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Yule, etc. So if you're interested in a holiday playlist, it's very nice. Actually, I was listening to it last weekend just to get into the mood, and it's not bad. So I just want to show you something here. I thought, when I was thinking about the stress of December, I was thinking, what if instead of those 3 days of Christmas, we just celebrated the whole month? So I have some options for you to start celebrating the entire month, however you want, okay? If we look at Hanukkah, which Hanukkah that's the festival of lights. If anybody is Jewish, you may know this tradition, or if you have anybody in your family or friends who are Jewish, it's the holiday that usually comes around Christmas. Not always it coincides with it, okay? But in America, we have a lot of people who celebrate Hanukkah. So it becomes sort of a tradition that you've got your Christian friends and you have your Jewish friends. But I think it'd be fun to be able to do both. Because if you look, that Hanukkah started on November 28th, okay, right after Thanksgiving, and finished on December 6th, which in Trieste, December 6th is St. Nicholas Day. I don't know if you celebrate St. Nicholas Day, but this is a great way to get your holiday season started. So instead of thinking about the pressure of the month, we could already start having a party, okay? Then we have Kwanzaa, which, let's go to Christmas. Christmas, of course, we know is Saturday, December 25th. But interesting, because Kwanzaa starts on Sunday, December 26th, and continues till January 1st. So to me, this is like the perfect option. We've got Hanukkah at the beginning of the month. Then we've got our Christmas Day. We've got a little break in between, where we can get some presents and have some fun. And then we have Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. And then Kwanzaa right away on December 6th. So Kwanzaa is the African American holiday in America, which we're going to talk a little bit more about today. Okay. But you'll notice it's not in competition with Christmas. And there's a good explanation for that. Okay. So if you want, of course, you can Google all these holidays, and they do have some things in common, but we'll talk about that later. So now, I don't know if you it looks like you're kind of dark in there. You probably don't have a good place to write, but what I like to do is maybe we can just do this out loud verbally. But my questions are, what are you looking forward to most about this holiday season? And then what are you not looking forward to? And what are your family traditions? Now, normally, if we were doing this as a free write, I would say, here are the rules, take your notebook and say, don't think, keep your hand moving, don't correct yourself, quantity is better than quality, and go crazy. Those are the rules, which are non-rules for our writing, for free writing. But I think what I'll ask you to do is just answer those 3 questions what are you looking forward to? What are you not looking forward to? And what are your family traditions? Okay, so take a moment to think about those questions. What are you looking, to look forward to means to be happy about something, like, oh, I'm looking forward to going home to my family's house to celebrate Christmas. I'm not looking forward to the long day of traveling and having to go get the COVID, to do all the bureaucracy before I go. And okay, so I'm answering those two questions. Then the third question was, what are your family traditions? And my family traditions are that my whole family comes together on December 24th. We go to my brother's house, my rich brother with the beautiful house, and then he cooks, which is good. And we open presents and we spend time together and we play games. And then and then normally at midnight we go to church. But I think it'll be difficult to go to church because we'll be far away from church. So probably we'll wait until Christmas morning and then go to church, because in many American families, church is very important. So we normally do go to church, whereas my Italian family doesn't really do that. But I know that there are also Italian families that go to church as well. But those are my traditions. What about you? I'm going to ask you, how about Julie, can you answer those questions for me? What are you looking forward to?
Also, for me, the Christmas holidays are very important.
What's the best part? What's the best part for you?
The best part for me is to go to the church and sing.
Oh, the songs! The songs are the best.
I sing in a choir.
Yeah, do you?
Prepare a concert for the Christmas time.
Oh,
Messa.
Wonderful.
Messa.
Nice.
And so I stay with my friend, old friends, all together. And for me, is the Christmas fish.
The Christmas fish.
Yes.
Nice.
And then at the 25, we open our present with my two daughters. And then we are going to Verona to celebrate the day with the family from the friends of my daughter.
Wow, that sounds great. Good. Thank you for sharing that. What about Lanfranco? How about you?
I'm looking forward to presents.
Presents.
I like to have presents, to give presents, presents that I give to others, presents who people give to me, give me. The best important, the most important are the presents that I make to myself.
Nice.
I have a little bit more money, so of course not, because we have our wage in December is a little bigger, no? So I have the possibility to buy something particular for me, no?
Very nice. Okay, so I know what you're looking forward to, those presents. So in January, you'll have to give me the update of what you bought yourself.
Of course,
and what you got everybody else.
The dinner, so like in every family, no?
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Good. What about Doris? I say her name like an American. Doris. I suppose it's Doris, but I say Doris.
Doris.
Yes, I am with my family,
Mm-hmm.
and we are cooking, and after we go to the church and listen the mass at
Nice.
24 o'clock.
Very nice. Oh, and at midnight you go.
We
The
go-
midnight mass.
Yes, midnight. mass.
Wonderful. Fantastic.
It's very nice, and I hope that will be snowing.
Me too. Hopefully, cross your fingers. Cross your fingers. Thank you, Doris. What about Luciano?
Yeah, yes, it's also the self. We are together in the family, and Doris told, we are together in the family, and then to the capital of Bolzano. It's very nice. The rest is with song and choir and orchestra. And the rest is a very nice, the light air out and begin the song called Stille Nacht.
Oh, nice.
Stille Nacht, yes, it's very,
It's probably Silent Night, right?
very
Such a
wonderful.
beautiful one, isn't it? Oh, so pretty.
And when,
Nice.
and if it's when it's snow, it's no better.
Ah, sure, of course. Thank you. Very good. Thank you, Luciano. What about Renato? What are you looking forward to, or what's the best part for you?
Looking about the family, the day before Christmas, we prepare the dinner and the important stay together, no?
Mhm.
Stay together, the gift, everybody is the important gift. We have dinner together. Yeah.
Nice. So spending time with the family,
Yes.
having dinner together, all those sort of quality time together, presents too, of course, but nice. You're looking forward to Christmas Eve with your family. I love that. What about Tony?
I'm looking forward to book a holiday abroad,
Hmm.
Italy, because I like to go to warmer lands.
Sure.
And, I went often outside in Christmas time, so I celebrate abroad if there are Christians that they celebrate. But usually
Okay.
in many places there are Muslims, so I pray with them. But
Nice.
not for Christmas, not for Christmas. So
Good.
what about the presents? I usually bring presents when I come back from the holiday.
Sure. Something, a souvenir from your travels, right? Nice.
That's usually about 20th of January. So they are very, very happy to get a present a little bit.
Sure. That's a good strategy. Everybody likes to have the presents spaced out a little bit. Very nice. Good. Thank you.
Nice Christmas abroad when I find the families, they invited me to celebrate in a simple place. They have not a lot of money to give a lot of presents. So that was really nice.
Very nice. Good. Thank you. What about Antonietta?
I'm looking forward to stay with my brothers and my sons. They live in Milan, and this Christmas is very important because my son Luca will have a baby on the 24th December.
Wow. A Christmas baby.
Christmas baby, yes. And
Like everything is goes on schedule, right? Wow, what a great gift.
yeah, and this Christmas is very, very important and fantastic for us.
Wonderful. Good. Well, enjoy that. That's wonderful. I think I got everybody. Did everybody get a chance to share? Did I forget someone?
I don't think so.
I think I got everything. Well, it sure sounds good to have Christmas at your house. Or I'll remember that next year. I'm going to tick, 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 come into your house. right? I'm coming to your house next year. I'm going to go from house to house and I'm going to have like a major celebration. Good. So this writing exercise is something that I do all the time, and it's really great for activating your English and sort of forcing you to get the words on paper. You do not have to be perfect. You just write what comes to you, just like the conversation we just had, okay? So often we do writing and then discuss it. So I thought we could read these celebrity quotes. I love to read what famous people say about Christmas. So I need someone to be Angelina Jolie for me. How about Lanfranco? Can you be Angelina Jolie? Can you read her first? Can you read this? Yeah.
I'm obsessive about stockings. I like to get as many little things as possible and wrap them.
Good. Yeah. So a stocking, that's a strange tradition. So a stocking is that calza, right? That you use for the Befana, maybe. Okay. We use the stocking and we hang them up on the tree or on the chimney, whatever works for you, the night before Christmas. So Santa Claus puts some little tiny baby gifts in there, like maybe candy or smaller things. So we don't use the Befana. We don't celebrate the Befana. So for us, the stockings are right away on Christmas Eve. Okay. Now, yeah.
Angelina Jolie is the daughter of John Boyd.
Really?
You know John Boyd, the old actor. It is 85 years old.
Yeah, he's famous, isn't he? He's a great actor. He's a really great actor. John Voight, I think his name is, right? John Voight. And then the mother was, I don't know, she was a French woman, the mother, I don't know her, but yeah. And in fact, John Voight became famous again on the Netflix show Ray Donovan. I don't know if you saw that, but he's a really amazing actor still now. He's old, but he's good.
85, I think.
Yeah, he's amazing. Who wants to be Michelle Obama? I can just go in a row here and say, Julie, can you be Michelle Obama for me?
We have a reception almost twice a day, every day until December 21. That means
hors d'oeuvres. We steal the word from the French and then we say it badly. We say hors d'oeuvres, which is like those little finger food.
Okay. And eggnog and cookies for every guest who comes through. The house smells incredible for an entire month.
See, Michelle knows how to do it. She starts the parties right at the beginning of the month. This is probably when she was still the first lady. Do you know what eggnog is? You have it here. It's got a different name. Do you know what that is? It's that drink that's made with eggs and with nutmeg. Huh?
Bombardino.
I don't know. It's something like that. Anyway, I can't remember what it's called, but I know you have it here. So if it's made with eggs and cream and
alcohol.
Huh?
Alcohol.
Yeah, there's always alcohol in it. I think you put rum in it. We put something, I don't know. I think we use like whiskey, but I think you use rum in it. Anyway, alcoholic drink. But anyway, I don't know if Michelle still has these parties, but probably they're pretty popular, the Obamas. What about Halle Berry? Doris, can you be Halle Berry for me? She's another famous actress.
The day I saw my mom eating the Santa cookies on the plate was one of the most horrific days of my life.
You can imagine the day you discover that the cookies are being eaten by your mother is just such a sad moment. My daughter told me the other day that she discovered her Santa. She wrote these letters to Santa. She's like, I always believed until one day I was in your room digging through your things. I'm like, what were you doing digging through my things? She said, well, and then I found all my letters and I realized it was you. Very sad moment. Kristen Wiig is a famous comedian. She's on Saturday Night Live. Who would like to be her? Let's try Luciano.
There is something about a Christmas sweater that will always make me laugh.
Good laugh, yeah. Because now Christmas sweaters are sort of, people wear them in good fun, but for a while people were really serious about the Christmas sweater. In fact, the people started to laugh about the Christmas sweater after the movie Bridget Jones. Do you remember the Bridget Jones Diary? Because in that book and in the film, there's a moment where she goes to a Christmas party, and so does the main male character, and they both have these silly sweaters, like a maglione sweater that their mothers made them wear, and they both have like the reindeer on them things. So that's when they became, you could laugh about these things after that. Okay, let's see, who can we get to be? We can get to be Victoria Beckham. I think Renato.
I'm not materialist. I believe in present from the earth, like a drawing the child does.
Yeah, it's easy for Victoria Beckham, one of the richest women in the world, not to be materialistic, right? But anyway, and speaking of very rich women, we have Oprah Winfrey, who's the richest woman in America, but I think she has an interesting thing to say. How about Tony?
I will never forget when I was about 12 and my mother told my sibling and me that we would not be receiving Christmas gifts because there wasn't enough money. I remember at the time that I left, felt sad and thought, what would I say when the other kids asked what I had gotten? Okay. Just when I started to accept that there would not be a Christmas that year, 3 nuns showed up at our house with gifts for us. There was a turkey and fruit basket and some games. And for me, there was a doll. I don't know what's a doll.
A doll is a baby, like a baby doll, you know, a bambola, right? I love this story because Oprah Winfrey is one of the richest women in the world, probably, but she really came up from nothing. She's an amazing actress, fantastic journalist, created an empire, but she really started with nothing. And she's also African American. And if you know the situation of racism in America, the fact that she could be African American and still have all the success that she has, I'm sure she worked double, triple, quadruple, that much harder than everybody else to get what she has. So I really admire her. Then we have Gwyneth Paltrow, who grew up with money, but she's another actress. Antonietta, can you be Gwyneth for me?
I do a lot of the cooking before Christmas, but then I usually spend a lot of Christmas cooking too. All the smells, all of the mulled wine, all of the trimmings for the turkey.
Okay, so thank you. Mulled wine is just what you call vin brûlé, right? Because it's mulled wine, it kind of steeps, it cooks for a while. And then interesting, the word to trim, okay? Here she says to trim a turkey. It just means to prepare the turkey here, okay? Because the turkey, just like on Thanksgiving, many people also eat a turkey on Christmas. Other people don't, but many people do. And so the word to trim, when we talk about Christmas, often you trim a tree is when you decorate your Christmas tree. You can trim the turkey, you prepare the turkey. Normally trim, we say to trim is to cut. But in this case, to trim also means to decorate. Okay. Adriana Lima, I don't know. I think it's a young person actress or something, someone I don't know. How about Lanfranco?
I wanted to say, just yesterday, I read an interview of Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, Gwyneth Paltrow, yeah.
Interview on the Daily Telegraph, no? Now she lives in London, no? And she says that to live in Britain, to live in England is very nice, particularly London, because you can, I quote, you can drink around the clock and nobody judges.
That's a pretty good reason to live in London. She's also good friends with Madonna, who also lives in London. So they have their little expat group. And Gwyneth was married to the singer from Coldplay, and they have children together. So I think she started to live there when she was married. Now she's married to another person, but I think she still likes to live there too. I think Madonna also has a pub. Isn't that interesting? So I'm sure Madonna wouldn't judge her for drinking all day. Oh, great. Let's try this Adriana Lima person. Lanfranco, it's your turn to read, right?
Adriana Lima, who is Adriana Lima?
I don't know. My students tell me she's an actress, but I'm too old to know who she is.
A model.
Yes.
She's a model.
Lilian model,
Okay.
Victoria's Secrets.
Oh, there you go. Okay, that's another reason I probably don't know her. Okay. Oh, and this is a classic because the ultra rich people talk about how they don't care about money, and the ultra skinny people talk about, skinny, like meaning they're models and they're Victoria's Secret models, and they always talk about how much they eat. And I think I don't believe it at all. But anyway.
Okay. I eat everything I want on Christmas Day. I really don't watch what I eat. It is not like you have Christmas every day.
Okay, so the rest of the year she does not eat, but on Christmas she eats. Okay, that's good. Now, here's the Taylor Swift one. I like this one though. This is fun. Julie, can you read this one for me?
Yes. I grew up on a Christmas tree farm, so this is a good season for me. I was too young to help with the
Hauling, which means to carry them or to drag them.
the trees up the hills and putting them onto cars. So it was my job to pull the praying mantis pots of the Christmas trees. The problem with that is if you leave them on there, people bring them into their house. I forget to check one time, and they had over those people's house, and there was hundreds of thousands of them.
Yeah, do you know what that insect is? It's something, you call it something religioso. Cosa sarebbe? What's the name? It's anyway, we call it a pray, like to pray is to pregare. So the Italian version is something manto religioso or something like that. I don't remember, but anyway, it's an insect and it's disgusting. So I love the fact that Taylor Swift lived on a farm. I think that's wonderful, and that she helped her family by pulling the insect eggs off of the Christmas trees. Cool. Anyway. Now, Carly Rae Jepsen, I do not know who this is either. So probably another young model or actress, who knows? How about Doris? Can you read hers?
My brother, little sister, and I decorate the tree together. And every year we fight over who gets to hang our handmade childhood decorations.
Okay, so many families have that tradition of keeping every single decoration you ever made. My mother had that, and finally, at some point, I think she just got tired of looking at our same junk every year and decided to buy stuff. And the last one is Gisele Bundchen, who, she's that another supermodel. Let's see what she has to say. How about Luciano?
Carly is a singer.
Oh, she's a singer. Oh, thank you. Did you Google that for me? Wonderful. Okay, Luciano, you're Gisele Bundchen.
Christmas and the holidays is the season of giving. It's a time when people are more kind and open hearted.
Yeah, more kind. Kind just means nice, right? And open-hearted. Okay, so those are some celebrity quotes. Of course, I always give you the original. There may be other stuff in there you can look at. Then I looked at Black Friday, and I learned a couple of interesting things. First of all, we know that Black Friday is the day after Thanksgiving. So if Thanksgiving is always on a Thursday, Friday is Black Friday. But it started as, we know it's the busiest shopping day of the year because it's the official beginning of the Christmas season in America, okay? But it wasn't always that way. At the beginning, they say that it started as the name that companies used to call Black Friday, because so many people called in and said, oh, oh, I don't feel good. I'm sorry, I can't come to work. Because we don't have this whole ponte thing, the whole, the long weekend that you have. For us, Thanksgiving was one day, then Friday you go to work. Now many companies give you the day off on Friday, but back then, if you didn't want to go to work on Friday because you're still with your family, or maybe you had, a big party day, you'd call in and say that you're sick. So they called it Black Friday because nobody was coming to work. Then later, that was like in the 1950s, then it became used to refer to how crowded and how congested the streets were because people were going downtown to go shopping, okay? But then at some point, and it started in Philadelphia, who knows what Philadelphia has, but they think of things first. They started to kind of use that idea and have it become, something that could become a marketing tool. I don't think they liked having it called Black, but it stuck anyway, okay? And then what else do I want to say about it? I think it's interesting that it didn't become a big thing until the 1980s. And that's when it really became something where there were a lot of sales and you could get discounted things on that day. And then later it talks about how the global retailers, so the companies that were present also abroad, wanted to be able to use this marketing, this marketing tool in other countries. So that's why you see Black Friday here. That doesn't really refer to Thanksgiving, but it's like, okay, it's Black Friday again. And it always feels to me like it's kind of doesn't have a context. And in Italy, or at least where I am, it started out as Black Friday, then it became Black Week, Black Saturday, and they also have on Amazon Cyber Monday. So it's basically all started the same thing. It's just sales for the beginning of the season to kind of get people, because a lot of stores do, most obviously 90%, I think, of their sales they do in that, that lead up to Christmas. So anyway, this year it was on November 26th. Then there's this little video, which I thought was interesting. So if you click on here, you'll see that there is a link to the news in Chicago. Now, Chicago is about an hour and a half from my house. I'm from close to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Chicago's in Chicago, Illinois. And it's interesting because this was the weekend of Thanksgiving. Okay, so it's a little bit outdated now, but I think it's interesting because they did this, what to do this weekend, because they know that so many people were visiting family and staying for the weekend. So, with your family all day, you need to have something to do. And so this were some suggestions on things you could do over the weekend. So there's a really, you have to watch it. I could try to watch it now. Should we try? I hope you can hear it though. Let me see if I can click onto it and open into a new window. Now, you probably can't see it though right now. Can you see, what do you see? Do you see the lesson or do you see a bigger window?
The lesson.
You see the lesson? Okay, I'm going to stop screen sharing for a second. Okay, let me stop sharing and then I'm going to share this new screen. We'll see if we can watch it together. Now, don't be upset if you don't understand every word, because you know that on TV, they talk so fast, but just use your eyes to understand. I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, now tell me if the sound is okay in one moment. Okay, you can see my video now, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to play it for a moment. I just want you to tell me if you can hear the sound okay. Nope. Right? Oops. Maybe this would help.
Silvers are in the fridge and that.
Could you hear that?
Yeah.
Yes, a little.
Okay, I'm going to try to play it from the beginning. Again, if it's not perfect sound, you can still watch it when you have the lesson.
Our top story, how to entertain those holiday guests that may be staying at your home this weekend. Now that the leftovers are in the fridge and that big meal is done, what's next? Well, luckily, there are several fun events happening in the city and the suburbs that you can take part in. And Sandra Torres is at Navy Pier with a beautiful light display there behind her. Sandra, it looks amazing already.
Michelle, there's no better way to put it than to say this is my jam. Because there's no better way to get into the holiday spirit than being indoors, not outside, braving the elements. Take a look at Festival Hall at Navy Pier. They have transformed it into a winter wonderland, brand new holiday lights experience here. They opened the doors at 10 a.m. Already folks out here enjoying it with the family. This is an Instagrammer's paradise. That's how they're calling it. As you can imagine, it's very exciting, enormous, large-scale light sculpture displays. And there's also an ice rink in here. Santa is here as well if you want to take pictures with Santa. There's a beer garden and plenty of family activities. Now here's something else you can do in the city tonight. Head to the Bean. Tonight at 6, you can enjoy the Millennium Park Holiday Sing-Along. It's a holiday concert of sorts held every Friday at 6 p.m. in December up until Christmas, featuring holiday music of diverse cultures. And it kicks off tonight with the Chicago Latino Theater Alliance. They'll be singing Mexican Christmas classics as well as Puerto Rican parranda songs. Also today, all Chicago Park District outdoor ice rinks are officially open for the season. There's 5 total, including the one at Maggie Daly Park that you see here, and you need to make a reservation online. You can rent or bring your own skates. And you can't forget about the suburbs, of course. Here's a few places where you can go see tree lighting ceremonies tonight. Arlington Heights is hosting theirs at 5 p.m. at Harmony Park. Downers Grove at 4:30 p.m. at the Main Street train station. Rosemont will kick theirs off at 5:30 at Parkway Bank Park with the ice rink opening for the season as well. And in Schaumburg, the lighting tree ceremony hits off at 6 p.m. tonight at the All Larson Prairie Center for the Arts. Now back out here live at Navy Pier, you can actually buy tickets at navypier.org. That ticket includes a free ride on the Centennial Wheel. There's really no best way to put it. You just have to come check it out. It's here until January 2nd. And if you're looking for things to do and none of the things I mentioned excite you, well, we've got a full list on our website, NBCChicago.com. For now, reporting live from Navy Pier, I'm Sandra Torres, NBC5 News.
I'm sold. I want to go. It looks so beautiful, Sandra. Thank you so much. All right.
Okay, so what did you think of that ice rink?
Ah, great.
Isn't that incredible? Like they did not have that when I lived there, but they do now. I wanted to just, notice that they had that sort of light experience inside. Well, it's usually because it's so cold there. So I just want to take a look. I'm going to see if I can find the weather for Chicago for the next few days. Let's check it out. Let's see, and then I'll share my screen with you. Okay, I have it in Celsius. Let's see, where are you? All right, I'm going to share my screen and see if the weather is better in Bolzano or if it's better in Chicago. So what do we see? It's 8 degrees Celsius, or is it Fahrenheit? Okay, it's 47. So it's 8 degrees. Let's see, what is today? Today's Monday. So 17. So it looks, Saturday, it looks like it's going to get colder. It's going to be below 0 at that point. And then -2, but not so bad. There's not even any snow. I hope that changes. I hope there's snow when I get there. Maybe not the day I arrive, because it's no fun to have snow when you're trying to get to a place, but otherwise. So would you like to do Chicago Christmas?
Why not?
Why not? Anyway, but those are kind of fun ways too to practice your English. You can go and look for the news. I love watching the news in other countries. Now that we have like YouTube and we can watch everything we want. It's amazing. Okay, I'm going to go back to sharing my screen with you. Let's see where we're at next here. I got to find where did it go? Oh, let's see if I can move it this way. Oh, I'm going to just, sorry. Screen. Can you see my lesson now?
Yes.
All right, so there's another video. So you can see this in the lesson, okay? But then there's also another video, but it's so weird that I'm not going to show you. It's a video put together by Kohl's Department Store, which is another one of those big stores, talking about people's crazy shopping habits, like how many people dress their pets up for Christmas, like crazy stuff like that. Anyway, I'm going to pass it up. But I want to talk to you a moment about Kwanzaa. Okay, so Kwanzaa, have you heard of Kwanzaa before today? No? Well, I think this is sort of an interesting thing. I want to just read the first paragraph with you, okay? Let's see, whose turn is it to read here? Or would anyone like to volunteer to read the first paragraph?
If you want.
Would you like to read?
Yes, the first one.
Yeah.
American Maulana Karenga created Kwanzaa in 1966 during the aftermath of the Watts riots.
Yes, the Watts riots, which I'll explain in a moment.
As a specifically African-American holiday. Karenga said his goal was to give blacks an alternative to the excise holiday of Christmas and give blacks an opportunity to celebrate themselves and their history rather than simply imitated the practice of the dominant society.
Good, okay. I'm going to stop you for now for that because you may not know what the Watts riots are. So I'm just going to quick Google it for you, just so you have a better idea, because a lot of people really don't know what that's about. But it was really a dark moment in America because, let's see, I'm going to share my screen with you again. You know, America has a very complicated relationship racially, right? It's a country that was based on, built on racism. So let me just read you the beginning part. The Watts riots, sometimes referred to as the Watts Rebellion or Watts Uprising, took place in the Watts neighborhood and its surrounding areas of Los Angeles from August 11 to 16, 1965. Okay, on August 11th, 1965, Marquette Fry, a 21-year-old African-American man, was pulled over for drunken driving, pulled over in his car, okay, by the police. After he failed a field sobriety test, okay, so he was drunk, okay, which is illegal, officers attempted to arrest him. Marquette resisted arrest with assistance from his mother, Rena Fry, and a physical confrontation ensued in which Marquette was struck in the face with a baton. Meanwhile, a crowd of onlookers had gathered, okay? There was no, no Facebook then or anything to stream these things on. Rumors spread that the police had kicked a pregnant woman who was present at the scene. 6 days of civil unrest followed. Now think about what happened this year with the George Floyd. So, police brutality has been around in America, especially against African Americans, for a very long time. It was motivated in part by allegations of police abuse. So when we talk about police brutality, it's been around. Nearly 14,000 members of the California Army National Guard, 14,000 basically police officers were called in to suppress the disturbance, which resulted in 34 people dying, 34 deaths, and over $40 million in property damage. It was the city's worst unrest until the Rodney King riots of 1992, okay? So what was happening in the 1960s was there was almost a civil war. I mean, it was not a great time to be African-American, you just didn't have the same rights. The police was not, there was even now, a very clear feeling that the police are not there to protect you if you're African-American. So after this happened, I'm just getting my, so after the, wait, where's mine? Can you see my lesson now? What is Kwanzaa? Are we back? Do you see my lesson? Do you see the lesson or do you see the Wikipedia? Okay, great. So when, we came back to what was happening at Christmas, people were starting to say, well, maybe we don't want Christmas. Maybe Christmas is a white holiday. We want to celebrate our heritage instead of always doing what white people are doing. But actually, that was something that was not going to destined to work because African Americans in America are very religious. Americans in general are often religious. And so you couldn't compete. You can't have Kwanzaa take place of Christmas. So you'll notice that the date of Kwanzaa starts on December 26th, and that's for a good reason, because the founder of Kwanzaa understood later that if he wanted it to become a widespread holiday, he couldn't compete with Christmas. He would have to put it after. In fact, that's what happened. So he, at the beginning, so I'll just read out loud here. During the early years of Kwanzaa, Karenga said it was meant to be an alternative to Christmas. He believed Jesus was psychotic and Christianity was a white religion that Black people should shun, like meaning they should go away from it. But as Kwanzaa gained mainstream adherence, he altered his position so Christians could still do it. So it became something that was not in competition with Christians, but in addition to Christmas. So perfect. You've got Christmas, and then the day after you can do. It's another festival of lights. You know there are candles. There are 7 candles on a menorah type thing, and each one celebrates a value of African American culture. And what I put here too is these amazing recipes for Kwanzaa. So you'll see that many of them are recipes that are vegetarian. A lot of them are based on African dishes that were brought to America on the slave ship. So a lot of plantains and things that were from West African cooking made it into not only African American cooking, but into Kwanzaa cooking. So there's a great, I hope you'll enjoy it. You see there's a link there. You can go and you can look at what people are eating for Kwanzaa. But to me, everything looks super delicious. Then if you're a deep diver and you want to go more into it, there's a wonderful film here. It's streamed through Facebook. It has Maya Angelou, who's talking about the history of Kwanzaa. So you might like that. And then if you want to make your own Kwanzaa dinner, you can go here and I've got a link for you to make your very own special Kwanzaa dinner for your family. Okay. Then we've got some facts about Hanukkah, which I'm going faster now because we're getting close to the end of our lesson. We spent more time on other things, which to me, I'm very happy we had some conversation today. But there's a little video here. If you click on here, you can go and you can see some of the facts about Hanukkah. If you don't know much about that holiday, it's kind of good to know what it's about, and then some recipes for you. It's interesting to see what they have in common with the Kwanzaa recipes, okay? But to end our lesson today, I think we should not limit ourselves just to Kwanzaa and to Hanukkah and to Christmas. But if you look, December is full of amazing holidays. Like today is December 13th. Let's see what's happening today. Today is Ice Cream Day and Violin Day. So I think you need to celebrate. You go home and you have some ice cream. Then tomorrow, December 14th is International Monkey Day. It's National Bouillabaisse Day, which is the soup, right? The French soup. It's Roast Chestnuts Day, which is perfect. You probably have chestnuts in your area, right? Those are castagne. And then it's the UK National Postal Worker Day, which we don't care about. But then December 15th is National Lemon Cupcake Day. Make cupcakes that day. December 16th, National Chocolate Covered Anything Day. It's the perfect holiday. Doesn't that sound wonderful? And then there's National Maple Syrup Day, Bake Cookies Day, which you may be doing on that day anyway, December 18th. National Roast Suckling Pig Day. I'm not going to celebrate that one because I do not eat meat. But if you like the meat, that might be good for you. December 20th, Go Caroling Day. That's the day you go and sing. Okay, you sing a Christmas carol. A Christmas carol is another word for a Christmas song. And who doesn't love Christmas music? Now we know that Julie is going to be singing with her chorus, but I think we all should be singing our Christmas songs that day. Then December 21st is Crossword Puzzle Day, Forefathers Day, which we don't care about here, Humbug Day, which means on Humbug Day, you can just be grumpy about Christmas Day. I hate Christmas. This is the word. It's the day where you're allowed to complain. Then it's National Flashlight Day. Don't know why. And of course, the winter solstice. That's the day we're allowed to be grumpy because it's also isn't it the shortest day of the year? Then National Date Nut Bread Day. Okay, so we've got all these things. I'm always happy about the chocolate days. National Eggnog Day sounds good too. Pumpkin Pie Day. So, there's a little something for everybody. So, when you get a little bit down, don't celebrate Unlucky Day though. I want you to be lucky all year, okay? New Year's Eve, etc. So that's what I've got for you. Have a great week, but also have a great month. And don't let the sort of anticipation, the anxiety of preparing for Christmas keep you from celebrating every day. There's always something to celebrate, isn't there? Best month ever. Anyway, thank you so much for sharing your time with me. And I hope to see you in person again, but probably in the new year. Should we make that happen?
Yes.
I hope so. Anyway, did you like today's lesson?
Yes.
Good. Well, I liked it even better because you helped me. Thank you for making the lesson a success. I have to go teach now. I have to teach people in person now, but I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a very happy National Anything Covered with Chocolate Day. And enjoy your families. I could hear that you are really keen on spending time with your families. So I hope you enjoy that. I hope you have the perfect weather. I hope you have perfect health. And I hope you have perfect quality time with your family. Okay? Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. And we'll see you soon, okay?
Bye.
Bye.